Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. Okay, so this video is going to be on the lower splash guard. If you guys, I'm sure you guys saw the title. Um, this car, when I bought it, did not have a splash guard underneath the engine. So I was thinking to myself, it could run a bit quieter. It was kind of quiet to begin with, so I was thinking to myself, it could run a bit quieter. So why don't I just put a splash guard under there? I put a splash guard under there. I put some of the this padding. I put some padding, like soundproof padding, under there, and I was like, okay, that should take care, make it a bit more quieter. But the problem I've noticed is, it was last week when I actually, tried to open the hood, and I felt like this was like super super hot, which never existed before. It was like very very hot. Even this was super hot. This was super hot. Like everything around this area was super hot. And I was thinking to myself, and I was smelling something that was burning, and I was like, maybe it was a fluke. It wasn't really a hot day. I mean, I've had this car out like 92 degrees, 100 degrees over the summer, and this thing never got hot at all. At all. This thing never got hot at all. So I was thinking to myself, all right, maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe it's not a big deal. And, a couple days later, I did the same thing. I opened up the hood, tried to figure out, whether it was maybe my imagination or something else. And no, it was very, very hot. Now, the temperature did not, the temperature of the engine was at the same range that it's always at. I mean, it's never gone above that range. It's not overheated. It's never overheated. It didn't go over whatever that range, the middle range. It did not go over the middle range. But it's been maybe at most 80 degrees out. I'm pretty sure if this was over this summer, where it was around the 90s, 95s, the hundreds, 80 degrees at nighttime, I'm 100% sure this engine would have overheated. So I'm taking the splash guard off. I mean, I actually went online, Googled whether the splash guard would cause the engine to overheat, and in this case, the engine did not overheat. My engine temperature has been the same, but I know that all this stuff is super super hot, like hot to the point where I'm actually smelling smelling stuff like burnt almost. So I'm gonna take that splash guard off. I don't actually need a splash guard, but I was thinking there was enough space maybe for the circulation to exist. There's not enough space apparently. Okay, apparently there's not enough space. I'm sure I'm not the only person who, I mean, I've seen splash guards on, I don't know, for this car. This is a 2010 Highlander. I don't know if the splash guard um, actually existed for the bottom, because I went on eBay and I bought the splash guard, and it's not an OEM splash guard, so I don't know whether it existed for this car. I think it did. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'm not quite sure. But regardless, I don't think it did, because of the amount of heat that it generates within the engine, the circulation issues that generates within the engine, and also on top of that, I always wondered, this reservoir. There was a leak on with this reservoir. The motor, where the washer motor was, that part where it sits around was burnt. Was like burnt. And I always wonder why it was burnt. Why it was burnt, because that's why it was leaking, because it was burnt. And I was like, how does that burn? I mean, it's plastic. It's not around, a metal part. There's no fires around it. And then it occurred to me, you know what? Maybe that splash guard caused enough heat within the area where it actually burnt the plastic molding around the engine. So yeah, I'm gonna take the splash guard off. I'm pretty lucky I didn't put the splash guard on earlier in the spring, and then having it overheat. I'm pretty sure if this was like 94 degrees, 100 degrees, this engine would overheat because of the poor circulation with the splash guard. So if you guys ever have one of these situations where you guys don't have a splash guard underneath it and you guys are considering whether to put a splash guard on, probably shouldn't do it. I mean, probably should not do it, guys.